Hello, boss. What's up? What's up? Back with a new look and with an award too. So, welcome to a new video. In this video, as you can see from the title, we'll talk about how did I manage to do a project that won the award for the best project in my final year of engineering. So, without much further ado, let's get started about the complete thought process and our implementation. And I'll give you all the information, as in how did we manage to pull this off. So, let's get started. So, as you can see, so we had something called as an open day, and our team won an award for the best project. So there were four projects in four different categories. So we made a project in artificial intelligence and machine learning domain. uh, and yeah, we won the best project award in that particular category. So before that, what was my project? I'll walk you through that too. I'll give you a demonstration of our project also. And first of all, so I'll give you a complete journey, right? So if you are thinking along similar lines, how to build an efficient project and something that you'll be proud of, right? That you have done in your final year of engineering. So this was always my idea. Come up with an idea that I'll be proud of, right? So because final year projects are a great deal, and if you've been following my channel, you know that I'm always an advocate of building your own stuffs, not plagiarizing any content, and even if it's a simple project, right? Come up with something that challenges you. I told you in my previous video, I'll link that up in the I button. Even if it's a simple project, there's no degree to which you can take the complexity of a project to. So come up with something simple, build it all by yourself, because that's how you'll be learning everything, right? Otherwise, you'll never learn if you steal the projects or if you buy these projects. There's no way that you'll be learning how to do this stuff. So let me walk you through the complete journey. So right, it was right from my seventh semester. We had this announcement that that process for building our major project would be beginning, and in our seventh semester, it was mostly about. So in my college, in seventh semester, we had to publish a literature survey or a paper or a research paper regarding whatever. Project that we had chosen, and the domain that that project was actually from. So what we did was, so how did we get this idea? Okay, so what was my idea first of all? So what did we build? So we actually built a tool for venture capitalists to analyze startups before investing, right? So that was our tool. We called it as Kickstarter. So it's called Kickstarter.ai. I'll be giving you a demo also. So yeah, coming back to my point. So how did I get this idea? So we were a team of four. So we were actually discussing. So we had formed a team, and then we were actually ideating on what we actually need to build. There were like a couple of ideas. So two of my teammates, they were into ML domain, and me and my other teammate, we are very proficient with web. So we thought, even if we build something on ML, two of my friends can build the ML part, and me and my other friend can build the web part and integrate that. So that was the whole idea. So we were like shortlisting on a lot of ideas, but I've told this even in my previous video, that you need to find an idea that you'll be actually excited about, right? Because this is a long journey, and building something that you're not interested in won't be motivating for you also. So you need to come up with something that actually motivates you and that actually drives you, and you actually see that there's a problem. So we were like actually ideating through a lot of stuffs, and finally, I don't know, we were actually on a call, okay, and I went to LinkedIn, and all of a sudden, I don't know how, I think I saw some founder's post, and then I just read that his title was founder, and then all of a sudden this idea struck me that okay, right now, if you look at companies like Zomato or some of the startups like Swiggy, right, they're still unprofitable. I mean, Zomato recently became profitable, but you get the point that most of these startups, be it Zomato, be it Swiggy, Uber, or Cred, most of these startups, as of 2023 June, they're still unprofitable. Then how do then right? So how do these companies actually run then if they're not if they're losing money on every order? How are they actually running? So basically, you have these venture capitalists and investors who actually pour in money into these companies, assuming that they'll get good returns after like 8 or 10 years, and that's how usually investors pour in their money and expect that these companies will become profitable in the near future. And that's how this entire VC and the startup ecosystem works. So this idea actually came into my mind all of a sudden. So I was like, okay, there is an inefficiency in this process right now. So because again, 7 out of 10 startups end up failing. So chances are that if you're an investor or a venture capitalist, you'll most probably be losing your money on investment. But the great part is, say, if you have invested in 10 companies, 7 companies, sure you'll lose your money, but these 3 companies will maximize your returns in such a way that it'll recover the losses of all these 7 other companies, and it'll generate much higher profits and much higher returns that you could expect, right? So this idea struck me immediately. I was like, okay, there is a huge inefficiency in this process. Why not? Since investors are losing money in these 7 companies, why don't we build a tool that would screen these companies to a further extent? Say, like, you input all the details of a company, the investor or his team inputs all the details of a company, and then he or she can analyze and get to know if or not this company would be a good if investing in this company would be a good choice or not. So this idea struck me, and I immediately pitched it to my team members. I was like, guys, I'm getting an idea. Okay, hold on, let me just blurt it out before the idea like whatever spins off from my mind. And I told them in the meet, so they were also pretty impressed. But we were actually shortlisting a couple of ideas too. So we thought, okay, let's keep this idea for now, and let's put a vote to all the other ideas tomorrow. And turns out my teammates also liked the idea, and most of them voted for this idea. Obviously, I voted for this idea too, because I was like really excited about this idea. And in our seventh sem, we mostly read research papers because we had to like publish a paper on the literature survey that we had. And literature surveys, basically you go through all these papers, right? All these research paper that you would have studied, and then you come up with your analysis of what you have understood, and you summarize all their content, and then you publish that as a paper. I mean, that's the process in our college. We're supposed to do that in our seventh sem. So we did that. So we read a couple of papers like Capital VX. I mean, I read, so our base paper was this paper from this company called Capital VX, who had done analysis on whatever such technique wherein you have wherein you can use the power of artificial intelligence and machine learning, and then analyze the data, or like fundamentals and financials of the company, and then naturally pass it through the algorithm, and the algorithm then gives you an output if this would be a good investment or not for the investor who is interested to invest in that company. So yeah, this was like one of the analysis what I mean, this was one of the tool or the output of that particular base paper. And I remember studying this paper also from I don't remember the publication, but they had something called as an ESI framework, early stage startup investment framework, that gave in like a 21 whatever parameter checklist. So basically, an investor could have these 21 parameter checklist and decide, okay, if most of these checklists crosses, and then he can decide to invest in that company or not. So that was it. And then we published our paper in International Journal of Science Research and engineering and management. I think IJSREM. I think that's the publication that we published a research paper in our seventh sem. And eighth sem is when we actually started working on our product. So yeah, I mean, my friend Mantej and Shreyas, so they started actually working on the ML part, and I was working on the web part of it. Uh, yeah, and so we built this logic also of how. So we built like two models. So we built two models. So one was for like the financial analysis of the company, and basically that filters out the funding details, when the company received its first funding, the date of first funding, the date of last funding. So the first model would receive all these like financial details, and the second model would receive the fundamentals. Okay, fundamentals as in the rating given by the customers to that particular company, and the number of milestones achieved by that company, or be it profitability, all these milestones. Okay, and then we generate an output that actually gives the investor if this would be a good investment or not. So that before, because see, even though I mean, because right now that's the main problem with venture capital market, as far as we read from our research paper, that decisions are still based on intuition. And though that can be right sometimes or most of the times, but still it's better to take the aid of an AI tool that would actually like whatever learn from its previous pattern and predict if this current company would be a good investment or not for the investor. So that was our product. I'll not bore you with many details. I'll walk you through the demo. You'll definitely understand it. Or I'm here to simplify, yeah, whatever. So I mean, before that, I'll tell you how investors. What are the exit routes for the investors? So you invest, say, like 1 million in cred, okay, and then what are the routes through which you can exit cred? So the first route is if cred gets acquired by a bigger player, okay. Let me take the example of Flipkart. Okay, so you would have invested in Flipkart. So Flipkart got acquired by Walmart. Now you can sell your stakes, or so if you're investing in any company, you'll get certain percentage of that company. What we call it as equity, right? So you get your owner and with a certain percentage of that company. So you sell your stakes to Walmart now because Walmart is interested to acquire Flipkart, and that's the one way. That's one way through which you can exit from that company. And the second way an investor can exit is by selling his stakes for higher valuation. So in the further round, say you would have invested 1 million in Flipkart in the first round, and the company's valuation was like $14 million. Now, okay, so whatever. So with $14 million, say like your share value would be equal to 10 rupees in that first round. Okay, giving you a very naive example. So your value would be 10 rupees per share. Now, say in the second round, the company's value jumped to $50 million. So now naturally you can calculate the increase in the value per share. So you can sell your stakes for higher price in the next round. So that's one of the ways in which these investors exit out of a company. The third way is what's the third way, man? I forgot. Okay, the third way is oh yeah, the company doing an IPO. Yeah, so naturally, say if a company does really well, for example, take the example of Zomato. Okay, so Zomato, you are an investor. You invested like $1 million, and you have like 5% of the company. Now the company has done really well, and now it has come to the stock market, and you have done an IPO. The company has done an IPO. Now you can automatically sell your stakes for like like the fixed amount whatever you have per share value, right? When Zomato gets listed on stock market, you can naturally sell the number of shares that you have on the stock market. As simple as that. So these are like the three routes through which an investor can exit from a company. And failure is, yeah, if the company doesn't do either three of them, it remains private, it doesn't get any other funding, or if it's bound to fail. So these are whatever the ways through which success or failure is defined. in our model. Yeah, without so probably I'll take you walk you guys through a demo now, so you can understand in even more depth what our project was exactly about. And yeah, let's jump to the demo. Yo yo, I think we're back to my screen. So this is our app. Okay, this is our app. So Kickstarter is the name of our application, and we've deployed it on Netlify. So this is the home screen that you would be seeing. Your AI tool to analyze startups for simplifying your investment decisions. Simple homepage. Let me just log in. I've used Google's OAuth protocol. We're using Auth to log in. Passwordless way of entry. All right. So let me just log in, and yeah, as soon as I log in, as you can see, redirected to this dashboards page. Okay, so in this dashboard you have these three sections: analyze, edit previous company details, and view reports of analyzed companies. So as the name suggests, analyze a company. First analyze whatever company that you want, uh, pass it to the ML algorithm, and then the algorithm predicts if it's a good investment or not. And you can edit the details of the company also, and you can view the reports of the and basically the reports they get saved, and you can view the reports too. Let's I'll give you a demo now. Okay, so let's analyze a company. So let me take what already analyzed cred. Okay, so I'll take cred because I have their data open. Crunchbase. So Crunchbase is where we have trained our model also, and I can get the financial data too. So let me write cred. So country incorporated. We write India. Any category? They're in fintech. So see, now I know that cred is a good investment right now in 2023. But so cred was founded in I think 2017 or 2018, I guess. So summary. Mhm. Red was founded in 2018. Okay. But say you're an investor in 2018, how will you analyze that cred is a great investment, or will it be a good or bad investment, right? So that's our whole aim. So we'll back test this model. So right now I'll just take the data of 2018 and 2019, and now I'll test if this model actually puts out the right result or the wrong result. Okay. So number of funding rounds completed, two, because we're considering only till 2018 and 2019. So two funding rounds. That's it. Okay. And total funding amount raised in US dollars. So this is 30 million. And for some reason they have not disclosed this amount. Let's take like 30 million itself. Okay. The amount is 30 million only. Or let's assume that it is like 5 more million extra in the second round, and let's take 35 million because they have not disclosed the amount. So 35, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is obviously an arbitrary number, whatever I'm putting, the second number. But yeah, obviously, if if we know this number, then yeah, we can like put it out. But since this is 30 million, I've gone to the worst case, and I'm assuming that they have raised just 5 million in the second round. So yeah, 30 million. So I put the amount as 35 million. Dates from first to last funding round. Let's see what are the dates. November 6, 2018, Jan 1st, 2019. So it is November 6. I can actually enter it, or I can even choose it over there. But I think this is the easiest. November 6, 2018, or Jan 1st, I think. Jan 1st, 2019. 1 1 2019. Does the company have an advert label? Are they into advertising? Yeah, obviously, Cred, they're like very big on advertising, and they run some of the best ads. Age of the company when it received its first funding, they received it in the 0th year itself because they were founded in 2018 and they received their first funding also in 2018. The age was technically zero. On a scale of 1 to 100, enter the company's relationship with its clients. I would say they're definitely an 80. because they maintain very good relationship with their clients. Age of the company when it reached its first milestone, obviously zero. I'm assuming getting the first round of funding done and probably the completion of their app as two milestones. So probably like three. I'll consider three milestones actually. So there are two rounds of funding and building their app as like the three milestones. So two rounds of funding and them launching their app. Age of the company when it reached its first milestone. First milestone, it's probably defined as the first round of funding. So that was 0 years itself. Number of significant milestones recorded by the company back in 2018 or 2019. So let's keep it to three. I've explained whatever the milestones we number of investors associated with the company. See, we can also get the number of investors in this section in Crunchbase. So 5 plus 1, 6. Okay, so there were 6 investors associated with the company. Okay, so next, is the company presently listed among top 500? Presently, they are listed, but not in 2018, 2019, right? But we are back testing and assuming their data. So no, not in 2019. Has the company received second round of funding? Yes. Now let's submit and wait. Okay, I'm not clicking anything. Let's wait for 1 or 2 seconds. And now I get the overall verdict. So this is a great investment. Okay, so credit back in 2018 or 2019, even if you passed it through our model, it would generate the result as great investment. You also have these metrics, right? So this is done using Chart.js. Yeah, the overall website is done through SvelteKit, and the comparison of you get these charts. Okay, whatever the supporting metrics for a particular decision. You look at the funding amount of credit with other successful startups in India. It's obviously surpassing the average, right? Let me drag myself to the bottom. So look at this one. 35 million is what credit has received, and 25 million is the average funding amount in India. Comparison of total number of funding rounds of credit with other successful startups in India. So normally two is the average number, so they're on par. And comparison of average number of days between first and last funding round. So so credit got their funding rounds very fast. So they were like just 56 days of gap. That's it. But technically, there are almost 258 days between the date between first and last funding rounds. Comparison of average number of investors associated with credit and other successful startups in India. There are 6 investors already associated, but normally there are 3 average investors associated with other successful startups in India. Comparison of average user rating out of 100. Normally the threshold is 73. Credit has 80, so they're already passing the threshold too. So this is the weightage, okay, how our model is actually generating the result. So this is the weightage. So we have a donut chart also plotted for this. So these are the weights of the particular input, whatever we passed. And then we have the final verdict. It has a great potential for investor to make positive returns. Investor has high possibility of making profits by investing in this venture, either through witnessing credit going for an IPO or by getting acquired by a bigger player in fintech sector, or the investor diluting their shares in third round of funding for a higher valuation. So this was it for credit. So I told you, right? So the model can generate 4 results. First is great investment, good investment. Next is risky investment, and the other is bad investment. Let me show you a case for good investment. So this was the company. So I've already analyzed the data of these companies. Okay, so I'm just like showing the reports right now. So this was one of the companies called Pepper Tap. I think they actually failed, if I'm not sure, if I'm not wrong. But it was a good investment because the investors could actually exit through. See, that's the thing. Okay, so this was also one of the confusing points for us. Even though the company can be a failure, or even though the company can be loss making on paper, it can still be a great investment for the investors. Okay, can still be a very good investment for the investors, because I told you the exit routes. They can see the company going through an IPO. That will be definitely a great investment, or they can sell their shares for higher valuation in the next round. So even if your company is actually failing, but they're managing to raise funds in the higher round, in the next round for higher valuation, you can pretty much sell your stakes and get out of that company. That's like one of the ways. Or like or if the company gets acquired by another player. So I think Pepper Tap failed, but still investors were able to cash out and move. So these were some of the metrics. Okay. Uh, And if you look at the final verdict, what our model has predicted, PepperTap has good potential for the investor to make positive returns, but a strong emphasis or focus has to be made on the fundamentals of the company, okay, such as profitability, launching or improving existing lines of product, marketing, advertising, customer service, and satisfaction. So this was for good investment. Who Fresh. I think you would have seen this company on Shark Tank. So there were these two sisters from Bangalore who recently launched this company and they got a funding also. The model predicts this as risky investment. Okay, let's see why it's a risky investment. See, risky investment is predicted by the model when the fundamentals of a company are very good, but the financials or the number of funding rounds are very less for the company. Okay, so that's when the model predicts this as a risky investment. So these are the supporting graphs too. I think they've just raised one round of funding on Shark Tank that was like an angel round or whatever. So seed round or angel round, I think. Or no, it was just an angel round of investment. So these are the graphs. This is the final verdict. It has a potential to be a good investment, but thorough focus has to be made on the financial aspect of the company by concentrating on raising good amount of capital from reputable investors. This is also a very important factor with an appropriate valuation and low burn rate. Low burn rate, basically the after raising any funds, right? So the company shouldn't spend their capital in a haphazard manner, and they should uh, lower their burn rate. Basically they should try to minimize the losses that they are making on every order or their transaction. So this is one more report, so wherein it can be a bad investment for an investor. So this was like a digital marketing company that we found based out of US. So bad investment because they did not raise any funding rounds or uh, yeah, you don't have. See, that's the thing. Okay, the first round always. I think if you don't have that much of funding, and if it's a very early stage startup, and if you have not raised any funds, and say there you don't have any investors, then it will be a bad investment for the investors on the investors side, right? So yeah, that was the result. What our model predicted can be a risky investment for the investor with high probability of venture failing in digital media domain. AI recommends not to invest in this company. So the other capabilities, you can go to edit section. Say Cred has received like one more extra round of funding now. So you can go here, you can make any changes. Say Cred has now, I'm just putting some random details now. So Cred has received third round of funding and it's saying 7th 6 2023. Just keep it to 45 million. Next. I've just edited one of the parameters. Okay, I'll save. I'll wait. I need to add a loading screen. Okay, I'm lazy. I'm sorry. I'll add it very soon. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, you get all these like factors. Okay, after you edit, the report would be automatically generated. It would be even updated over here. So if you go here, the report would be automatically updated and saved. So yeah, I need to. Yeah, there were few corrections that needs to be done, like adding a loading screen. I'm sorry, I'm lazy. I admit it. Okay, and and yeah, right now I've deployed it on a. So I got like a premium hosting from not a hosting, I would say like premium deployment account on Railway. So we've hosted our APIs on Railway and I've deployed this full stack application on Netlify. So yeah, if you guys get rate limited, it's not my error. It's not my problem because I've already spent like $5, like whatever, getting that premium account and deploying my backend on Railway. So my advice to you would be don't use the application, okay? But I'm sure after seeing this, you will definitely do it. So there is no point in me telling you what not to do because you'll definitely do it. But please do it once, okay? Because I'll be charged for that. And if it gets rate limited, this will stop completely. All right. So, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. The plan is to convert this into actual, to refine the model to a further more extent, and make it very useful to investors and VCs, and see if they, if, because this can definitely help them, right? This thing can definitely help them. So the plan is to make it, to refine it even to a greater extent, and to whatever, to produce even more better output. So right now this accuracy is 87%. Yeah, improve the accuracy, concentrate on other metrics too. And yeah, please don't try this application. Please don't, because I'll be charged. I'll rate limit you guys. Okay, otherwise. So my plan was actually to show this project on local host, okay, and then tell you that I've deployed, but not give you the deployment URL. But like, I'm nothing to hide. You can definitely try it out. Just try it for one company, okay, just one company. I'll ban your account otherwise. So yeah, I mean, yeah, this was the project that we built, and we got the best project, man. Yeah, so if you look at the previous post on my LinkedIn too, my latest post, so that's what I told. So there were like very few instances in my life wherein I was like very confident that I'm going to be winning. This was like one of the, I mean, even before the competition would have started. So this was one of those instances, wherein I was like, I'm sure we'll be winning, man, no matter what, even before a project demonstration day started. Because yeah, coming out with a product like this, it's definitely a very proud moment for me and my team. And we were very happy that we managed to build out something like this, and all by ourselves from scratch. So yeah, my that was my final year project, guys. Hope all of you, my juniors or whoever is watching this video, will ship out products like these, right? Solve actual problems that you're interested, and build out stuff that you really love doing, right? Rather than buying these projects, because some of you guys, you're actually like very, very talented. The thing is, you guys are lazy. You're lazy and you're not motivated. So I know I'm, so that's the thing, right? So get out of your comfort zone, like screw whatever laziness for some time, build out a great product, and trust me, even if it's a simple product, okay, you'll be very, very happy that you've built this. And because I saw that most of them, on the final day, we had like, see, I'll be very honest, okay, even though if I did not win this, because that were these were the stats, so 90% or 95% of them, they had bought their project, they had like whatever, stole the code from GitHub, cloned it, and all that was nonsense. Okay, so basically, we are competing in the wrong league. It's like, I mean, I got some. It's like, yeah, one athlete has taken steroids, and you're all natty, and then you're competing in a running race. Obviously, it doesn't make sense. They have that unfair advantage. It was the same case with us also. So we were the ones who were all good boys, and you had all the bad guys surrounded. Just an analogy, okay? So I honestly did not care. Okay, even if we did not win or whatever, gave like zero. Uh, I gave like zero dashes about it. Whatever, you can complete that. Don't want to cuss on my YouTube channel. So I did not give like zero damns about it. So yeah, I would have really mind if we did not win. So because I know that me and my team, we have built the best product, man. So why care about college validation or whatever? But I'm glad that they recognized it. The judges recognized it, and we got the award for the best project. So yeah, that's my thing. That's my final advice. Don't be lazy. Don't see, even if people around you are just copying stuff, or just buying these projects. You do the right thing. You do the right thing. Don't care about them. Build out your product. Ship your product. Do it in and out. Do it all by yourself, and you'll be very happy. Okay, you'll be very happy, because that, as I told you, so some of them we had like 16 prizes overall for different categories, for like the best innovation or the best presentation, all the. So some of them won the awards, but they were not really satisfied, okay, because they know that, right? Because they know that they have not built it all by themselves. That's what I tell all of you, that ultimately you will be knowing yourself in and out. So Even though you can like would have finessed everyone around you that okay, you've managed to build this project or product, at least your friends will be knowing that you're not capable of this. You don't even know how to write like a single line of code, or even though if you know how to write code or whatever, you're lazy to do it and you've not done it. Ultimately, you'll be caught and you won't be happy by yourself, man. So do the right thing, do the right thing, and yeah, that was my gyan about this. Yeah, that's the thing. I get very excited whenever I'm showing my product, man. Yeah, that was all from this video to come out with a very good video like this. So, until then, I'll see you guys and take care. Bye bye. Be honest, be true to yourself, and do great work, man. See you all in the next video. Bye bye.